Let's start with the gameplay changes, at least the ones that we know of so far. There are now 24 players that can race against each other, which is huge. It is absolutely massive. A lot of people, a lot more possibilities for like blue shells and red shells and all the shells that kind of make or break friendships. We have rail riding, or grinding if you will, so you can jump on these different rails that are all around the map, and they all look different, you know, depending on the kind of areas and stuff, and they're kind of unique how they kind of made them and sort of integrated them within all these tracks. But this allows you to basically build up a boost for a speed boost, kind of like when you're drifting, and that builds up a boost. So really cool stuff. You can also wall ride, which is also really cool, another way to kind of build up your speedboat boost and whatnot. So these are brand new ways to kind of play the game. Now you can do multiple tricks in the air. So before you could only do one trick at a time in the air, but now you can string as many tricks that you can kind of fit in, depending how you know high you're jumping, or if you're jumping off a big area, you can string multiple different tricks together, which also leads to the next part. You can charge jumps. You can kind of charge a jump to actually like bounce off the ground, and when you do that, you can also do tricks in the air that way as well. And there's also a feather item that we're going to be talking about in the items section that can also allow you to jump up, and that can also help you jump up on the rails, different things like that as well. Another random thing that we can do that I don't know if it's an item technically, or if it's something that's more gameplay mechanics, but you can actually drive into certain larger vehicles. Like in the trailer, there's a big semi truck that you drive into, and then you're controlling the semi truck. Other people posted online things like these massive boats in the kind of water areas you could drive into and control those as well. But again, I don't know if this is like an item or what, so I'm including it in this section, which is gameplay changes. Karts have no customization. So Mario Kart 8, of course, introduced this whole customization thing, and it kind of felt unnecessarily overwhelming in my opinion. So I kind of like the basics of that in terms of customization. There might be some other sort of thing that we don't know about, but it's not going to be any more of like, hey, choose your kart, choose your wings, choose your wheels. That's all kind of done and away with. Now instead, wings are just going to kind of pop out of your kart when you actually go to glide, and when you actually go to into like water sections, instead of diving underwater to drive underwater, you're actually going to be driving on top of the water. Your vehicle is going to turn into a boat, and you're going to drive on top of the water. So I don't know if there's going to be any possibilities of any underwater segments, but it seems that underwater driving is now not a thing, and instead it's above water as a speedboat. All right, so that's all the gameplay changes. What about modes? Well,